G'day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the Extreme Z Battle, or Heroine Edition 3 Extreme Z Battle, and this features the EZAs for Int Oceanus Shenron and physical launch, or lunch, I think, Princess Oceanus Shenron and launch. Obviously the effective category here is Peppy Gals. You're going to want to build two teams if you really want to make it fast. The first 15 levels are occupied by launch, who is obviously weak to strength type, and then Otto slash Princess Shenron, who's int, so she's going to be weak to physical type. The missions are fairly straightforward, requiring you to just Extreme Z awaken the two units. Now, Peppy Gals has a decent free-to-play roster. We'll be using the majority of them for pretty much the entire duration of the event, along with also the team lead being the free-to-play Ribrianne. If you do not want to go the free-to-play route, then focus on a strength build team for the first phase. You can use any of the three major leads. Even the int Ribrianne can be used as a lead, it's more than fine. But you can use any of these units as a lead. It's highly advisable to make sure you choose the highest lead possible. The reason being is obviously stats, and it just makes time the best. So in terms of Peppy Gals, there's tons of sub leads and leads, so you should have a pretty decent roster to choose from. Now in terms of the team build, like I said, first phase you're going to want to focus on some strength units. So we're looking at units like Android 21, Android 18, etc., and that should build you a pretty decent team. And then of course we're looking at, for the second phase, against Int Princess Otto, using some physical units. So your premier physical units will probably be units like Physical Belma and Launch herself. So try and keep an eye on that. Change your team on the fly. The team I'm about to show you will be able to be used throughout the entire duration of the Extreme Z Battle. However, it is just going to take longer and longer and longer. So what I do suggest is that you choose a better lead. If you have Videl, please use her. If you have Int Ribrianne, please use her. You can maybe build a sub-androids team if you're struggling, but I don't suggest it. It seems a little bit short on units. You can kind of see me show you here. But you eventually run out of options, unfortunately. So yeah, and also it's just not as effective. So I would just say stick to Peppy Gals, keep life simple, and you should be more than fine. But yeah, that's basically the best process. Now, in terms of the actual two EZA units, I think both of them are pretty interesting. I think the common consensus is that they didn't get a huge increase comparative to what we usually see with EZAs. Basically, Launch kind of has essentially like a 7-turn additional buff onto what she was before, which is pretty interesting, overall. And then she has an additional attack of 100% when there's another Peppy Gals enemy attacking or ally attacking the same turn. And then she has an additional crit chance as well when the target enemy's super attack is sealed, which is okay. I think she's definitely more an SBR, ESBR type of unit. Still highly dependent on debuffing, which is fine. They just basically supplemented her damage quite sufficiently. And then Princess Otto is kind of the same if you compare her to her previous self. Not too much of a change. She has that great chance of stunning the attacked enemy, high chance of launching additional super, which is all fine, I guess. She's obviously got that build up now of attack and defense being slightly higher. But in reality, not too much of a change. I think both of them, I would say, if you had to classify them, probably moderate EZAs. I don't see them being as spectacular as some of our other ones, but it is what it is. So yeah, you don't really have that much of a choice, realistically speaking. Now, in terms of the actual, like, how can I say, like the actual Extreme Z Battle, pretty straightforward. Honestly speaking, like I said, you can use this team pretty much the whole way through. It's not really something you need to change in any way, shape or form. It's not really something you need to change or document or anything like that. I think for the most part it all works pretty fine without being ostensibly like a super massive change to the team. I think at the end of the day you can just adjust and bring in some more physical units and you'll end up having a pretty good time without having to do anything really. So that's entirely up to you though. Obviously whatever floats your boat, whatever suits you, but for me it was a pretty straightforward time. I didn't really have any major problems, and at the end of the day I was quite happy with it. So yeah, outside of that, obviously go grab your Extreme Z Awakenings, even if you don't plan on using the units. Remember, it's always about the stones, which are a pretty big reward. And of course as well, on top of that, you also have, the added addition of the mission stones. So it is quite a sizable chunk of rewards. Plus there are some Kais in that up for sale. So pretty, well, up for earning, I should say, which is all pretty good. Overall, I do have them both at, of course, rainbow level, so we'll be taking a look at both of them in some reviews as well and seeing just how good they can be, which will be exciting. But yeah, I think that's basically going to be it. So I would say pretty cool, pretty nice Extreme Z battle, nice rewards without being anything too spectacular, and the Extreme Z Awakenings look decent again, if not spectacular. So let's take a look at them in another video. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching. It's greatly appreciated. Please remember to basically awaken your units, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So until then, take care, stay safe, and as always, bye.